welcome back. It's time for the offendometer. Teams have to tell us who's the offender, what they did, and who they offended. Put an offender on the screen, please. Teams, who is this offender staring into your soul?
Lex Luthor.
He's offended because you shut your blinds and he was looking in there.
That's Judge Boasberg, I believe.
Yes, it is. That is U.S. District Court Judge James Boasberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like a Boasberg, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Boasberg offended U.S. Attorney and unofficial brand ambassador for box wine, Judge Jeanine Pirro.
She looks fine.
How did Judge offend Jeanine?
They were trying to prosecute Jerome Powell, who's the head of the Fed, and they were trying to indict him.
I know this one. They're accusing him of fleecing the remodel of the Federal Reserve buildings and padding their profits or pimping their rides, as it were.
Judge Boasberg offended Jeanine Pirro by blocking her subpoenas against Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Technically, the whole subpoena had a lot to do with building renovations, but if you ask Ms. Pirro to explain.
I'll deal with the devil. I'll take a case from the devil. If you can give me information that will lead me to possibly find a crime.
You just know she'd be so fun to get shit-faced with.
Yeah.
It would be a good night out.
It'd be so fun.
Here's Powell at a congressional hearing on the renovations last summer.
We took down the old marble, we're putting it back up. We'll have to use new marble where some of the old marble broke, but there's no new, there are no special elevators. They're old elevators that have been there. There are no new water features.
Water features? There's no water features? Oh, no, Ophira. I'm sorry.
Since 2022, the Fed has been renovating 2 historic buildings in D.C. The buildings are almost 100 years old, so that means there's a lot of work to do to the buildings, like making things ADA compliant and removing asbestos and lead. But the White House says the whole thing is too expensive and extravagant and a boondoggle, with Trump's deputy chief of staff, James Blair, even calling the project the Taj Mahal on the National Mall.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're making a ballroom.
Are the renovations too extravagant?
It's ADA compliance and asbestos and lead. Those are like 3 things Trump don't like. He's like, there is no such thing as disability. Asbestos makes you stronger, and lead is a good beverage. Like, of course they're upset about it. They're the deregulation kings.
Well, as of last year, the project is running about $700 million over budget, but according to Jerome Powell, that's just what fixing an old building like that costs. Jeanine Pirro's subpoenas say that Jerome lied in his testimony, but Judge Boasberg did not agree with Jeanine. What's the real reason people think Ms. Pirro subpoenaed Mr. Powell?
Trump keeps wanting him to cut the interest rates, and Powell keeps saying, maybe not right now, and then that's why he went after him.
And so then Pirro is then sent out like a legal hit person.
Yep.
Okay. Here's Jerome when he was first subpoenaed back in January.
The threat of criminal charges is a consequence of the Federal Reserve setting interest rates based on our best assessment of what will serve the public, rather than following the preferences of the president.
None of this is really about the renovations. In his ruling, the judge wrote, quote, "There is abundant evidence that the subpoena's dominant, if not sole purpose, is to harass and pressure Powell either to yield to the president or to resign and make way for a Fed chair who will." He also added, "The government has offered no evidence whatsoever that Powell committed any crime other than displeasing the president."
Oh, don't displease the king.
What do we think Judge Pirro had to say about the judge's ruling?
She probably said, "Sure, guys, you know, I don't even want to just have her stop that.
Point! Watch this.
He has neutered the grand jury's ability to investigate crime. As a result, Jerome Powell today is now bathed in immunity
Bathed
In immunity, yeah.
Bathed in immunity.
Bathed.
Oof. While bathed in Botox yourself.
Yes.
No matter what happens with Powell, Jeanine Pirro is going to be the one who really gets the last word.
I'll tell you what's historic. What's historic is that I prosecute everything other than 10% of the cases, where the United States attorney before me didn't prosecute 67% of the cases. That's what's historic. I'm willing to take a not guilty. I'm willing to take a no true bill, because I'll take all the crimes and put them in. Thank you.
She definitely does have arrested by airport security at a bar vibes to her.
You want to go out with her? Yeah. You know you'll never go back to that bar again.
But you will have a story for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I feel like she has that moment of like, it's 1 a.m., you want to go to the yacht? You're like, there's a yacht! You know, like that.
Is Jeanine up to something more?
She's performing, and her performing like that has done her a lot of good. It got her where she is today. The louder she is, personally, the more fun I have.
I feel like I know where Roy's going with this, and I like it. Last week, Kristi Noem, out on her ear. People were speculating about who's next. The name Pam Bondi keeps coming up. What's Pam Bondi, the Attorney General of the United States? You don't think Judge Jeanine is looking at Pam Bondi and going, I can do that better than you can do that?
So, Judge Jeanine is being very emphatic about this issue, and the reason why, CNN's Casey Hunt has a theory.
There's been some conversation around whether Jeanine Pirro is potentially a future replacement for Pam Bondi if the administration is unhappy with her. What do you plan on focusing on with the current Attorney General?
Well, first, I mean, I've heard that same rumor. That would be a complete disaster. I mean, I'm not sure you get worse than Pam Bondi, but that might be it right there.
Is Judge Jeanine worse than Pam Bondi?
For comedy? No.
Yeah.
I have never watched Pam Bondi speak for any real length, you know, just other than clips. Let that hoe get in there. I will watch every fucking minute.
That was Offendometer. We'll be right back.
Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the Hignify YouTube channel and be sure to click the bell to stay on top of all our great content. Even better, become a member for exclusive content, early access to videos, members-only shoutouts, and more. Click the join button below.